What is going on, my beautiful people of YouTube? This is MK the Truth, DODBENT. And we got a bit of a small pod for you today. You see me in the flesh. I'm all on camera. We got a bit of a small pod now. So, as of late, we have gotten some info that Nike is ordered to show their authentication process. 1 second, please. I ain't put my pinky up. I make the best coffee. Anyway, let's get into it. So, Nike is pretty much ordered to show their authentication process. If you guys have been living under a rock, Nike is, I believe they're suing StockX for selling fake sneakers. Now, this is great. Because if you've been following me for 2, 3, 4 years, what we in? Like 4. We're actually in like the 7th year. But on the other side of things, it's been about 3 years. If you've been following me for 3 years, what have I been saying? There's no such thing as an authenticator. What is that? What is an authenticator? Somebody who acts as if he knows what he's looking for in sneakers. StockX is that authenticator, so much so that they had to change what they say, verified instead of authenticated by. There's no such thing as an authenticator. So with this whole thing coming up with Nike having to show how they authenticate sneakers, and I think they're very secretive about that because I don't think there's any real way you can determine how a sneaker is real and how a sneaker is fake. The reason I say that is because I see things that it's not out, or you don't think it's coming out, and then it will finally come out. How does this info get out there if it's so secretive? Take the iPhone shells and things, for instance, like that, right? They'll leak a shell, and we're like, this is what it potentially look like, and then it'll come out, and it'll look just like the shell. This is some of the problems with outsourcing. It's going to get out. But authentication. So, since StockX couldn't get it right, somebody tell me, like I always used to say, is there a school, is there a college, or is there a class to take in college to be a sneaker authenticator? How are these mom and pop shops, these consignment shops, etc., how are they authenticating sneakers? They got a Nike rep on hold that they send a picture to. Check out. Things of that nature without even looking at the shoe in hand. Now I know some things like dates and all that type of stuff. I know that stuff is purposely skewed. Trust me, I know. But how are these mom and pop shops authenticating? How are you guys still trusting consignment shops? Let me ask y'all this. Y'all don't think some of your consignment shops know somebody right across that great sea that knows how to make a accurate product? Money talks, baby. Money talks. That's why I stay in my own lane. I wear what I want to wear. I do what I want to do. Nobody will ever be able to change my mind. But this whole thing with Nike and them having to, I guess, show their authentication process, I think is, me personally, I don't think they're going to do it. They think they're going to come up with something that the way we do this is secret, blah, blah, blah. These are cheap ass shoes, man. Like, come on. Like, I get it. I can tell when some product is just like absolute garbage and what is like, yeah. But I think they're going to come up with something to say, no, we don't want to share that because that's something that we keep secret and we keep for ourselves in order to differentiate what's this and what's that, when wholeheartedly, I believe it ain't really no way of telling. Now, there's a lot of mixed up garbage out there and you can tell some things from this, but there's some that's like, hey, look, I'm just fuck with that. But like I stated in the last pod, show us how to do it and what to look for. I don't want to know how to do it and what to look for just to try to get over on somebody. I just want to know what is it that's you can pinpoint and tell this from that, because that is what I see on the other side of things. It looks damn near, it's just too good to be not real. Colors are too close, so forth and so on. Now everybody has their theories on what happens, reverse engineering, so forth and so on. I don't believe that. China makes a shoe. Nike has China making a shoe. If you think those people don't talk to each other, you got to be out your goddamn mind. If you don't think them people have the secrets and the tricks of the trade and know what is what, you are out your goddamn mind. Now, it is so many people over there doing so many different things. You are going to get some things that's watered down, some things that's not this. You have a B, a C, a D, a E, a F grade, so forth and so on. But a lot of what I see, oh boy, I don't trust the process. But somebody please tell me, these people, these consignment shops or what have you, since Nike has this process and able to pinpoint things off of like StockX and things like that, what's the authentication process? How do you do it? What do you tell? Is there something so secret in the shoe that nobody else knows, that you know, that we're not seeing? I believe they're going to come up with something like this. In our rubber, we use pixie dust. We use a rare unicorn horn. There's gold or platinum flakes in our rubber that's not present in the fake little bit of bars. But nah, man, I'm just being funny. I mean, I personally, I think this is a good thing. I hope they show, if they do show it, maybe keep the documents confidential. I don't know. I don't know how it's going to go. I just want to really know. I've been wanting to know this for years based upon the things that I've been seeing. How? Look at that dust. Look at that dust. Fell off my ceiling fan. Get out the camera. I'm doing the video. God damn. I'm sorry. But anyway, man, I wanted to know all of these years, because I'm really an analytical person. And y'all know me. If you watch my channel, I analyze to the best of my abilities, and I've been doing that before this channel since I was a teenager. I really want to know, based upon what I see when I match up things, I'm like, this just looks too close. Like, how? What's the difference? Even if it's made after the fact, what is the difference? And most people will say it's just that it's made after the fact, when I really don't get with that. They can make extra, or I don't know if actually the restocks and things like that are made afterwards. I think there's just like stock that they find. Some people say that freight sometimes, a lot of times, get lost, and when that freight is found, they just sell it as a restock. That's why most of the time restocks aren't many pairs. But I just want to know, all of these years, based upon what I've seen and matched up, what do you use to check and authenticate? Now, I know some people will say the smell. That smell is sometimes the exact same, depending upon where you go. Now, there's some that smell like absolute glue and shit, but there's a lot that smells the absolute same, to the point where some shoes have a distinct smell. And I've explained this for about the past 3 years. And when I get that same shoe from the dark side and it has that same distinct smell, that tells me a lot. But anyway, going forward with this whole thing with Nike and them showing, or having to show, the authentication process, I think this is needed. I think they should show us how you do it. Like, what's so hard about that? Tell us how you do it. What do you do? What do you do? I mean, they already make it like, I say they make it sometimes completely the same. And you can't even really say that, because everything is so inconsistent. Nothing is really completely the same. Like, I don't know what people don't understand about that. Like, I've been looking at this stuff for years. This is nothing new to me. I've been looking at this stuff. I've been analyzing my sneakers for years. I am talking about 100% retail sneakers. And it's almost never consistent. I'm talking about toe boxes. When you're dealing with real materials, that shit ain't never going to be 100% exact to the next pair. It's just not. I don't care what anybody says. You don't have to believe me. I don't care. I know what I see. I know what I've been seeing for all of these years. But anyway, I think this is good. I think this is good. I think this is what's needed since you want to go there with them. And I'm not defending StockX. I'm not defending Nike. But I just want to know, how can you tell? What do you do? How do these consignment shops tell? What do they do? So forth and so on. Anyway, let me know what you guys think about this small pod down below. This is MK the Truth, DODBENT. Hey man, I love y'all. We out.